Well, thank you very much, Mayor Suttle. Thank you for your assistance. This started out 6 months ago with the concept of bringing a pro football team to Omaha, and look where we are today, culminating our season in the championship game. I thank you for that, and I will tell you that if you really think about it, the Nighthawks may have been the greatest sports story this year in professional sports. You came to a market that people didn't know a lot about on a national level outside of baseball, broke pro football here, sold out 4 games, and played with passion throughout the year. And it really was an exciting season, and I think one that was memorable. But the bigger story is not just the UFL and the Nighthawks. It's really about Omaha. And it's the phrase that we used the first day that I spoke at that Quest Center and said that you just get it. And if you look at this beautiful facility, if you look at the Quest Center, if you look at TD Ameritrade, if you look at the zoo, if you look at the investment that you make in your community, it speaks volumes about this city. So that's why we're delighted to be here today, have our families here today. While there's a very important football game that's going to be played to crown our champion, it's also a time during this holiday season for our families to get together and to spend time with them. During the football season, you don't get a lot of days off, as these coaches and players will tell you. So to have an opportunity now to have our families come in and to visit and to be able to see some of the things in this great city is really a treat. This support also, I should mention, Dave Brown. I don't know if Dave is here, but the Chamber has also been very helpful. And there have been a number of people that really helped create this. And while I can't guarantee that this will be an annual event, I can guarantee that it will be a memorable event, certainly this time and hopefully in the future. The fans made that happen, and we look for your support as we move to the next venue. It's also, though, about the 2 teams that worked hard to get here, and it's somewhat, I think, interesting that the 2 coaches that are here are the coaches that were here last year. And just like any league, there's a certain task to figuring out a way to win. And the 2 coaches that we have here are really representative of that. They each got here a little bit different paths, but both found a way during the course of this short season to get their teams here. And they've been able to develop a bit of a rivalry, if we have one yet, in this league, and the fact that these were the 2 teams that played in the game last year in the championship game, which went to overtime, our first overtime game. They kicked off the 2010 season with the opening game win, and then replayed each other just 2 weeks later in week 3 of the season. So they've played each other more than any teams in our league, and they know each other very well. And here they are now again, finding themselves back in the championship game. Coach Fossil brought his team into the game last year and beat a team that was 6-0 under the development of Coach Gruden, who served as offensive coordinator. And they found a way with the field goal in overtime. I know there's some question on whether that was good or not. But it was a spectacular victory and an outstanding job that the Locos did. They built tremendous excitement in their community, and to have them back in the championship game is a strong testament to Coach Fossil and his team. Both had to overcome adversity at the quarterback position. Neither of their starting quarterbacks that started the season are sitting here today. That's another sign of outstanding coaching. Of course, in Coach Gruden's case, more than half his team that was starting isn't here today because he's had to overcome injuries, losing as many as 10 players and being able to bring in a new quarterback and being able to find a way to win when at least 3 or 4 weeks ago, it certainly didn't look like Orlando was going to find themselves, or Florida was going to find themselves in the championship by their record. So an outstanding job by both teams to get here, and I really think they both deserve an applause for the outstanding work that they've done to get their teams here today. Media Day will be tomorrow. There's a host of activities that are going on. It's between 1 and 3 at Rosenblatt Stadium, and of course the fans and the public are invited to attend. Media Day is an opportunity for fans to get autographs from all of the players. All of the media are there to get stories on the players, background, team photos. It's a fun opportunity. There'll be awards given out during that time. We'll announce the season MVP. We'll announce the Coach of the Year and some other awards. There'll be a youth clinic that's going on between 4 and 5:30 p.m. That's going to be at the Omaha Sports Center with former quarterback Tommy Frazier. So we're excited about that as well. There's a fan party at DJ's Dugout, and there's a list of activities. I think our folks have it at the front there. So if you want to get the whole schedule, we'll be at the Festival of Lights schedule. We're going to be giving turkeys away during the week. Of course, there'll be practices going on that you can attend to watch the 2 teams. So there's just a host of activities. It's really a celebration of our championship. And of course the game, which is at 11 o'clock on Saturday. There'll be tailgating, of course. I understand that there's some free waffles. Nation keeps telling me, I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but he's apparently excited about the free waffles that are going to be available at the game. So if for no other reason, for those of you that haven't bought tickets yet, we're not sold out yet, which is unusual because 4 days before any Nighthawk game, we're always sold out. This isn't really a Nighthawk game, it's a UFL game. So we still have some tickets to sell, and we would encourage you to get the folks there. The game will be broadcast on Versus. We're hopeful that it's going to reach as many as 500,000 homes. That would be a record for us for broadcast. We've gotten as high as half that amount, but this will be a time for more folks at home to watch our game and to be able to learn something about the league. So it's a great opportunity for Omaha to show up, and we certainly want to send Rosenblatt Stadium out on a high note with yet another sellout. So I encourage you, for those that haven't bought tickets yet, they are still available at the box office or on our website, www.ufl-football.com. The games were all close, as you know, and as I say, it's really a testament that they found a way to get here. We could not have prepared or planned this any better to have so many games happen in the closing minutes as they did, in the swing between so many. You could almost imagine that if one player didn't roll into a kicker, you might have found another team here, or if somebody didn't throw an interception in the last second. There's so many what-ifs about that league, so I think that bodes well when you look at the competition for next year. There's 2 teams that we're celebrating, but there are 3 other teams that played very strong throughout the year, and I think are going to feel that they've made enough improvement to compete for the championship next year. So I expect some very competitive games going into next season as well. I would also like to thank, just briefly, our list of sponsors. We have some partner sponsors. We raised over $250,000, almost $500,000 in sponsorship revenue just from folks that wanted to contribute to this championship game. That's another strong statement about what happens here in Omaha. We sold $50,000 to $100,000 per game in merchandise. I mean, these are phenomenal things. When I say that this Nighthawk story in Omaha was the biggest story in professional sports this year, that's why I mean it, because of the impact and the way that you guys embrace this league was phenomenal. And it's the measuring stick that we're using as we look for new franchises. The partner sponsors are Cox Wireless, ConAgra, Heartland Chevy, and Bellevue University. And our supporting sponsors, First National, OPPD, Chrysler Ram, Marcus Theaters, Buffalo Wild, Ford, Progressive Insurance, Men's Warehouse, AOL, Fan House, and Performance Auto, the sponsor of the Sienna House Turkey giveaway that we're going to do. So I want to thank all of you all for participating and supporting the league. I also want to have Dave Weber come up from Performance Auto, who's here, who's going to help us present the first of the UFL turkeys that we're going to give to Sierra House and to Mike Super. So Dave, if you're here, trying to work his way through the curtains. All right, well, I want to thank you. You want to say a few words?
Yes, on behalf of the Performance Auto Group and its president, Mickey Anderson, I want to present this representative turkey.
All right.
There'll be many of his brothers this week.
Very good.
To provide an excellent meal for the people at St. Francis Sienna House and a memorable Thanksgiving.
Okay, well, I'll let Mike accept that.
Sure.
And maybe you want to say a few words.
Let's take this frozen turkey.
Thank you. I told Dave I promised not to fumble this if we hand it off. This is exciting. This is great for Sienna Francis House and the men, women, and children who will be staying with us on Thanksgiving. And on behalf of all of them, I want to express my deep gratitude and thanks to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And thank you.